Now at 10 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, an incident at Goliad High School sparks bigger questions about student safety. The parents push for accountability.
A family demands accountability after a DeWitt County jail death, the allegations they're making.
Plus, Congressman Cloud honors one of our own in Washington, the local figure known by generations.
Fairly sloppy day over the crossroads with quite a bit of rain, and the thing is, this is only day one. It's going to continue all the way through Friday. We'll be talking about a wet weather forecast coming up in a moment.
And today was National Signing Day all across the U.S. We'll highlight 3 top Victoria West signings and 2 Sacred Heart softball signings later on in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Shawna Currie.
And I'm Brubaker.
The injury to a Goliad High School student has her parents up in arms about the district's response.
A friend of the family says this incident may not be unique to the district. They're airing their grievances now. 25 News Now reporter Trent Whiting spoke with the family and shares their story.
He is a human, not a number.
This family is seeking answers after their daughter Trinity was injured by a car in the Goliad High School parking lot by another student.
Definitely shouting, telling her to move back so I can have enough space to move. By the 3rd time she moves up, I am unable to turn my body. She is that close to me. She ends up moving up one more time. That time she closes my legs in between my car and her car.
Trinity says she and a host of others had discussions with her cheer coach, which led to discussions with administration from the school and the district.
As a superintendent, I clearly saw that she was not listening to anything I was trying to tell her. She was just completely ignoring me.
The family wasn't satisfied with the school's response, which included a 3-day in-school suspension for the offender and the school board rejecting their grievance.
We voted them in to protect our kids, to take their side, listen to them, protect them. None of them did.
A witness at the incident, her friend Jada, says the whole thing was hard to process as it was happening.
I was very in shock. It was like my body was not able to move. I could it's like if I couldn't blink or anything.
Jada's mother Mary says this type of response is normal for the district, telling me Jada experienced something similar years ago.
She went through, her 7th grade year. And we stick behind them because we had to deal with the school and they did nothing.
Now the family is calling for changes at the highest level.
Superintendent, Ms. Lyons, and Principal, thank you. They need to be let go. We need somebody in that actually cares about these kids.
They have concerns about student safety, saying potential personal bias could impact school leadership's position in this case and in others like it.
They don't care about none of our kids. I mean, if you're, like he said, if you're not white and you're not in their clique and you're not their favorites, you're not going to count. And I don't think that's fair.
For now, the family plans on continuing to push their grievance to the administration.
If they get so many grievances, I'm pretty sure TEA will come down, because that is going to be our next step. We are going to contact TEA about the situation.
They hope something can be done, but at this point, the damage has already been done to Trinity and to the family's relationship with the district.
And if you ask me right now, do I trust them? No, I don't trust none of those school board members no more.
Trenton Whiting, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
We've reached out to Goliad ISD to learn more about their response to this issue and their policies for similar incidents. We have yet to hear back. The family of a man who died in the DeWitt County Jail filed a federal lawsuit. Their attorney says 34-year-old Trey Hazer died in April 2024 after spending the entire weekend in jail without the medical care he needed. Deputies took him to a hospital first, but staff never brought him inside for an evaluation and sent him straight to the jail. The attorney says jailers later noticed signs of drug withdrawal, but no one called for help until Hazer was found unresponsive on Sunday, and there was no nurse on duty that weekend. The attorney calls his death inexcusable and says Texas jails must take medical issues seriously. We reached out to the DeWitt County Sheriff and are waiting to hear back. New developments tonight in the case of a former Ezell ISD principal who's accused of stealing funeral funds.
25 News Now weekend anchor Amaya Norman joined us with the latest after Jody Thompson appeared in court yesterday.
The former Ezell ISD principal is accused of stealing money from a grieving family, and she's now pleaded guilty. Court records show Jody Mildred Thompson pleaded guilty to the theft of property valued at more than $2,500 but less than $30,000. After accepting the plea deal, she'll be sentenced in February. An investigation launched in August after the death of 17-year-old Kobe Kremling, who was killed in a construction accident back in February. Investigators say Thompson organized a GoFundMe page shortly after Kobe's death, telling the Kremling family the donations will help cover funeral expenses. But months later, Lavaca County authorities say the family learned none of that money went towards the funeral. Instead, investigators accused Thompson of keeping the money for herself. Thompson will learn what happens next when she's sentenced in February. Shawna and Dawn, back to you.
Amaya, thank you. A Matagorda County murder case is pushed back again. The Fernando Acosta Jr.'s case was delayed multiple times since his indictment. A status conference was set for today, but last week was reset to later dates for a pretrial motion and a trial management hearing. The indictment against Acosta came in June 2021 on the murder of Amanda Johnson of Victoria. After reported missing, her remains are found in a burned SUV in Matagorda County. The next hearing is a status conference now scheduled for April 1st.
Here are some of the top headlines in the Port Lavaca Wave. A local resident is on a mission to bring back Scout BSA Troop 243 to Calhoun County. And local oyster fishermen are facing a difficult market this winter due to an abundance of oysters coming in from other markets. To read these stories and more, go to portlavacawave.com. A pretty rainy, drizzly day turned into a rainy night, but it's not over quite yet.
Oh, yes, and Mac, we could throw some fog in there in a few hours?
All of the above. We've got a little bit of everything. In fact, the temperatures are going to be sort of going up and down. For the time being, we're on the warm side of all of this, and we're getting all of that moisture and that fog in the area. Tomorrow afternoon, this frontal system will blow through with a cold north wind, which will drop the temperatures in the middle of the day and also increase our rain chance. So we've got rain through most of Thursday and Friday. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a moment. Back to you.
Mac, thank you. The Texas A&M University System Board of Regents approved $25 million to start a faculty hiring program. Now, this program aims to add about 167 new faculty members over the next 2 years. These new instructors will expand class sections and high enrollment courses, support in-demand academic programs, and advance research. New faculty hires will be rolled out in a phased 2-year process. Here are some of the top headlines in the Quero Record. DeWitt County will install no truck signs on 3 county roads after several 18-wheelers got wedged or stranded at railroad crossings. And in the chaos of a house fire, Yorktown volunteer firefighters saved 5 puppies. To read these stories and more, visit DeWittCountyToday.com.
Crossroads High School students competed in a welding competition hosted by Formosa Plastics in Point Comfort. 43 students from 8 area high schools competed in a welding cup. The contest included 2 competitions to test skills in how to weld a vertical open root groove and a pipe groove weld. The pipe groove weld was a surprise category this year. Students did not know about it until they showed up to compete. The competition gives students a chance to test their skills and show what they can do in a growing trade.
We started in 2019 doing this. Unfortunately, COVID slowed us down. We had a period where we didn't do it for a few years, but now we've started again and really enjoy doing this for our area.
The first place winners are Bloomington High School student Isaias Perez and Brant Peters from Edna High School. You can find the full list of other top welders at crossroadstoday.com. Formosa Plastics contractors judged the competition while also scouting the participants for possible future employment opportunities at the site. Ostwell-Tivoli ISD is getting new resources to help students train for in-demand medical jobs before they even finish high school. The district received a $220,000 state grant to launch a phlebotomy program. The money comes from the Texas Workforce Commission, which awarded more than $1 million to 6 school districts statewide. Governor Greg Abbott says the goal is to give students job skills now so they're ready for high-demand careers after graduation. Ostwell Tivoli says the new program will create more pathways into the medical field for local students.
If you see news happening, call our newsroom at 361-576-0026 or send us an email at staff@crossroadstoday.com.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today with great pride to honor one of the most beloved sons of Texas' 27th Congressional District, Brother Gary Moses of Victoria, Texas. For more than 50 years, Brother Gary...
Congressman Michael Cloud honored one of Victoria's most beloved figures on the House floor, again, Brother Gary Moses. For over 50 years, Brother Gary has been the heart of the Crossroads region, teaching at Patty Welder Middle School, voicing radio shows, and bringing joy to community events like the Christmas Parade, Victoria Generals games, and Toys for Tots. At 73, he still shows up with energy and a smile, reminding Victorians that they're all family. Representative Cloud calls him a true example of Texas spirit. You can also get your news on Crossroads Today's YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the notification bell. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10, President Trump's immigration policies create unexpected consequences for two major beer brands.
Also ahead, Republicans and Democrats come together on a major health care proposal. 24 lawmakers push for quick action.
President Trump's immigration crackdown is taking a toll on two major beer brands. Constellation Brands, which owns Modelo and Corona, relies heavily on Latino customers. But research shows deportation fears and inflation hit that community hard, leading to cutbacks in spending and going out. Modelo lost its top sales spot, Constellation's revenue dropped, and its stock fell this year. California, the company's largest market and a target of ICE raids, has seen the biggest impact. Consumers looking for a merry and bright spot in their budgets this holiday season can find it at the gas pumps.
Karen Kafa is in Washington with a look at what's driving prices to their lowest levels in years.
A holiday treat for drivers.
We haven't seen gas prices this low since 2021, and we could continue to see that trend as we head into the holiday season.
AAA said the nationwide average for a gallon of regular gasoline dipped below the $3 mark this week for the first time since May 2021. And in some states, the average is even lower.
You've got high supply, lower demand. You've got a lower gasoline blend that's cheaper to produce. You combine all of that, you're going to get lower gas prices.
The major driver of gas prices, crude oil prices, has dropped significantly. In December 2022, 10 months after Russia invaded Ukraine and destabilized the global oil market, U.S. oil prices were around $81 per barrel. Lately, they're hovering around and below the $60 mark.
Crude oil prices this year have been relatively stable and relatively low. When you look at the national average across the board, starting in January of this year, it's been pretty much a flat line all year long, and that's very rare.
Both the U.S. and OPEC have upped their oil production in recent months, adding more supply to outpace demand. Another contributing factor, most pumps right now are filled with winter blend gasoline, which costs less to produce. And with the exception of the busy winter holiday periods, overall demand typically falls during winter. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
A bipartisan group of about 24 lawmakers plan to present a proposal Thursday to head off sharp health care premium increases. The plan would briefly extend enhanced ACA subsidies with some targeted changes while laying out broader adjustments for next year. Lawmakers are pushing for a mid-December vote, with current subsidies set to end, and have been working closely with key senators on the issue. Now to a warning about the flu from a young boy whose illness left a lasting mark.
As Hannah Bata shows us, his experience comes with a message he hopes will protect other families.
3 years ago, a boy in Michigan lost both his legs due to complications from the flu.
Ended up finding out that he had strep flu and he was septic.
All of it leading to a severe infection in 7-year-old Caden Stevenson's bloodstream, forcing doctors to amputate his legs.
5. Okay, but you gotta reach for him.
But during rehab, specialists helped Caden recover and regain his confidence. And now, 3 years later, he's turning his experience into a superpower. With help from the advocacy group Families Fighting Flu, Caden's story has been transformed into a comic book called Caden Blaze Fights Flu Bug.
I wanted to hold people and keep them safe.
In the comic, his alter ego is Caden Blaze, a superhero whose mission is to fight the flu and promote awareness about the virus.
Families Fighting Flu's mission is to improve awareness and education to help support getting people vaccinated and bringing awareness at how serious the flu can be.
The CDC says nationwide flu activity is currently low, but is on the rise, especially among kids and young adults. The states seen here in dark purple are where the virus is spreading, with more than 1 million estimated flu illnesses already this season. Caden and his mom say the book not only encourages people to get their flu shot, but also spreads a message of hope.
Never give up. That's like the biggest thing. Never give up. Fight, 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 fight.
Doctors say if you do get the flu, being vaccinated can make your symptoms milder. Hannah Bata, ABC News, New York.
New government data shows the stillbirth rate in the U.S. improved last year. According to the CDC, the rate dropped 2% in 2024, but there were still nearly 20,000 fetal deaths in the U.S. Stillbirths have been generally trending down in the country, but the rate ticked up in the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic and has fluctuated since. The CDC report says last year's decline was driven by a significant change in Colorado, Utah, and Mississippi. The report also shows stillbirth rates are highest among Black, Native Hawaiian, or other Pacific Islander mothers.
To get more news, weather, and sports, come to our website, crossroadstoday.com. If you want some more weather, here's Mac.
Yeah, a lot of slippery stuff out there. Folks, drive carefully. I was noticing that my car wasn't exactly that solid on the roadways because we were hitting puddles of water. 61 degrees, so what's happening? Well, the south wind kicked in, brought us the rain. It got warmer. Tomorrow, the north wind kicks in, and it'll get colder by the afternoon hour. So it's kind of a topsy-turvy. We've had a high of 62 today, which doesn't compare to the 70 where we're supposed to be, and we've had 0.07 of an inch of rain. But it looks pretty sloppy for Thursday and Friday, but then we'll talk about the weekend. All that coming up in a moment. Well, for one thing, you've got to drive slowly. The roadways are wet, and you know, it's just not enough rain to wash everything off the roadway. So as the oils lift up from the last few months that we haven't had any significant rainfall, the roadways get a little slick. So for tonight and tomorrow, just keep that in mind. Now, obviously, the Gulf air rolled back in, and because that warm, moist air is coming in over the cooler land, we condensed out and we had all that drizzle and rain for today. The heaviest stuff, obviously, you can see tonight is basically up toward Houston and on up into East Texas. But tomorrow, this frontal system will blow through our area probably about noontime, and it'll give us a fairly gusty north wind. So the temperature is going to start warm in the day, in the morning, and then drop during the afternoon and evening. And this storm is actually going to be bringing some snow to the panhandle of Texas. Now, I wanted you to see this. This is a low down in the Pacific, and you can see how everything's going around like this. Well, you can also follow the winds going around and then coming up like this, and that moisture is going to be over us, sort of giving us the drizzlies for a few days, and that's why we were looking for a rather long extended period of wet weather. Now here we are tonight. You can see how we had the shower activity, heavier stuff down toward Calhoun County. Looks like Palacios will be getting some stormy weather within the hour, right about there. But then this will sort of increase tomorrow. Now this is the rainfall total over the last 12 hours or 24 hours. You can see it's been fairly light to moderate actual rain totals. Heaviest activity up along 59, headed on up into Houston. Now this map is the forecast temperatures. So this is like now. We move forward in time, and yes, we're, you know, fairly mild in the 60s, but I just wanted you to see this. Hello, that would be, I guess, Cedar Falls or Des Moines, Iowa, looking at a -7, -5, already below zero temperatures rolling in to the upper Midwest as we go through the day tomorrow. They'll moderate a little bit, but it's not that far away, so night times are getting pretty cold in the upper Midwest as temperatures really are looking like winter time. So we'll take a look at what's happening for us. Now, first of all, we do have a special weather statement because of the humidity and the moisture and the rain. It's kind of slippery roadways out there that we need to be cautious. We'll likely see patches of fairly dense fog tomorrow because the winds are also very light. But up here in the Panhandle, this is a winter storm advisory. Places like Amarillo probably looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow throughout the day, tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures are coming in from the west and dropping down below freezing. So here's your forecast map. You see the shower activity, pretty much all of South and East Texas. And then we see that first band move away. But then there's that moisture that I showed you coming up from the Pacific that's going to be riding up on top of us, and that also gives us a continuing chance for showers. So yeah, it's on the damp side. It'll stay like this for quite some time. Tomorrow we're only getting up to 56 in the morning, and then it cools down. In Cuero, you're going to be looking at a high of 52. Now, showers pretty much on and off all day long Thursday and Friday, and then finally by Saturday. And boy, I tell you, I was under a lot of pressure. I had to clear all this up because we got a lot of stuff happening this weekend for Christmas. But you notice the temperatures will warm back up to about 68 and 73 as we get to the weekend. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Please scan that and put Crossroads Today on your phone. We'll toss it over to Max with sports and basketball, right?
That's right, Mac. One sport that we don't got to worry about the weather this much is, again, basketball season, right? We got, again, the new basketball rankings from the Texas Association basketball coaches, and we'll be able to rank teams that were ranked this week. That's coming up next in sports. Today we had National Signing Day across the U.S. and yesterday, weekend sports anchor Ray Robinson highlighted Ganato's Sailor Burst and Goliad's Deidre Anderson at West High School. So there for Goliad, but at West High School there were 3 top signings in volleyball star Bella Bazell, softball star Bella Medina, and signing to Concordia University of Texas. And then the West dancer Ambry Romnowski also signed with Blinn College. So earlier today I had a chance to talk with Bazell and Medina about how it felt putting that pen to paper.
I was very nervous and I didn't realize that it actually happened. And now coming here and signing, I'm very excited, but still very nervous. But I think it's a good opportunity to go and finish my career, and I get to do something I love.
I was nervous all day, but knowing that I do get to put that pen to the paper, I'm excited to get to know my team and just be a part of Concordia volleyball, indoor and outdoor.
Congrats to both of them. And again, for Medina, she's not going to be done yet because she's going to have to be ready to pitch for her senior year coming up for the Warriors there in the spring of 2026. Now we go over to Hallettsville Sacred Heart. We had 2 softball players signed to go to the next level. First with Avery Beach, who signed there to go to St. Mary's out in San Antonio. Beach was a 4-year All-State starter for Sacred Heart and also 2-time state champion out there in softball. But she also went to state there for golf and tennis as well. And then Riley Diorsky is well committed to LSU Nice, where she's going to play volleyball at the next level. Actually play softball, pardon me, but she also did play volleyball as well. And again, was a member also of the National Honor Society and Tennis for Life organization. So congrats to them, both of them committing to the next level. Now, pivoting away from signing day talkage, and now we're going to high school hoops, where both girls and boys have been playing for the past couple weeks. But now here's the top 25 rankings for the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches. First with girls in 3A, with Ty Damon is ranked currently at number 4. Oswald Tivoli out there in girls as well is currently at number 13 in the 1A ranks. Then Goliad for the boys is ranked number 20. They're currently 2-0 right now. And also shout out to Faith Academy there at number 7 in the TAPS 2A ranks. So we'll see if there's any more changes or maybe more teams that kind of get into the rankings the rest of the way. And finally, a little bit close to home for me there with Ohio State wide receiver coach there in the past, and Brian Hartline announced he will be the new head coach out there at South Florida. Again, Hartline was huge and developed some of those top receivers that, again, I always enjoyed and are great in the NFL right now. And Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave, and Emeka Ibuka. So it's going to be interesting to see because he's now got 2 top talents he's coaching right now, and Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. So he's still going to be able to coach there with the Buckeyes the rest of the way in the college football playoff. But Don Shawna, this is kind of tough though, because again, I think for him, he's kind of the major talent for wide receivers. So I think for South Florida, they're going to be getting a good one for sure, but we'll see how it goes the rest of the way. But that'll do it here in sports. Don Shawna, back to you.
He's escaping that snow. I don't blame him.
Max did too. All right, Max, and stay with us. Coming up with 25 News Now at 10, we'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, when life gives you tumbleweeds, make a snowman. New Mexico's creative holiday solution reaches a special milestone.
Tonight, we let it all hang out. Will you continue to shave your entire body now that you're not going to be wrestling anymore?
I think manscaping's just a part of me.
It's a part of you now.
Had a good year. The Puerto Rican rapper is Spotify Wrapped's top global artist for 2025. His album, Debí Tirar Más Fotos, I actually said that right, also was the top album of the year worldwide. Bad Bunny will also start off 2026 with something special to add to his resume. He will perform the Super Bowl halftime show, which is expected to include a multilingual signing featuring Puerto Rican Sign Language. Taylor Swift came in as the runner-up slot on Spotify's list, followed by The Weeknd, Drake, and Billie Eilish.
So we go from Bad Bunny to maybe bad weather in the next few hours. Rain, cold.
Bad Bunny brought the bad weather. So
It's his fault.
no, things are looking a little on the sloppy side for the next couple of days. Now, this is for Thursday. We're looking for steady rain. In fact, we may have a little heavier rain as this frontal system comes through around middle of the day. And then it just sort of stays sloppy through Friday. But then again, it's December, it's winter, and hello. But the best news of all is that things clear up in time for Saturday. What's happening Saturday, Don?
Well, we've got the downtown parade, lighted parade.
There you go.
Victoria.
Lighting the Christmas tree downtown Victoria.
That's right. And I hear that in Goliad, Santa is coming in on a longhorn.
Ooh.
How about that?
Okay.
And of course at high noon. Yes. so for those of you in Goliad, there's going to be plenty to do in time for the holidays.
All right, a holiday tradition uniquely New Mexico has reappeared. It looks like a snowman, but it's made of tumbleweeds. Displayed every season in Albuquerque, the organizers find tumbleweeds and put them together to make it look, well, frosty. Little spray paint is used.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it melting.
That's right. And Jamaica Alive starts now.